Hold on, so let me. Everybody put the mic close to here so I can snap on it.
Snap on it.
There we go.
I missed it. You know what? I snap with these fingers instead of these ones.
What? That's different.
Dude, that's ratchet for real.
It's not because it's ratchet. It's because I can't do it. Look, it don't work that way. But I was embarrassed in high school doing this in public. Okay, no one liked it.
Show and Tell podcast after dark. Today's a conversation about art. Can everybody go around and introduce yourselves? Who are you? What's your journey through art? I just want to know.
Hey, so my name is, I go by the name of D Fizz. I'm one half of Weapon Music. I've been doing music for about two years now, and I've been writing my whole life. It's kind of my way of getting my own like issues, demons out. I kind of always wrote shit down instead of like talking to people and shit like that, and that's kind of where it came into the form of writing music. So that's my kind of connection to art. Is kind of, I've always been writing things, writing my thoughts down, and that's where I took it.
Wait, so 2 years like professionally, or 2 years, or 2 years like you? That's when you started recording.
2 years it's been since I've been recording music that I've released to the public and everything like that. So yeah, I guess like professionally, I've been doing music for like 2 years, but my whole life I've been writing. So
You always been an
since
artist.
I could write,
Gotcha.
yeah.
That's dope.
My name is Most Generous. I'm one half of the Groovement, and also a part of Your Society. And I've been doing music professionally and seriously since 2015. But I've been singing since I was, I believe, 9. And but I didn't really take that serious. It was just like in middle school, there was like a talent show, and I sang, and everybody actually loved it. You know, I sang Stevie Wonder, and yeah, let me hear you say yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but fast forward to like 2015, I realized that music kind of opened my mind. It also helped me with my identity. And it has also educated me on the world, my culture, and the other people as well. So I can say like I've been in a really good relationship with music for a long time, and it also has, again, like opened my mind and shown me how diverse and versatile I can be when it comes to like singing and rapping. Yeah.
I'm done with the clap. You want to go? As long as y'all think it is, I'm just clearing my throat. Shut up. Hi, everybody. My name is S Money Team. I'm from Boston. Art to me means how you choose to express yourself and whatever that means to you, because that is different for everybody. And the way I see art is there are no borders. You can make it what you want it to be. And for me, that's poetry. I've been writing since I was about 7 or 8 years old. I started in elementary school, and I sort of discovered my love for wordplay and understanding and learning new words. That's something that even to this day, when I hear a word I don't know, I love looking it up in the dictionary and just sort of, I remember growing up, I had this like composition book, and I loved decorating it. And anytime I came up with a new, like I figured out a new word, I understood a new word, I would look it up in my dictionary, and I would write out on literally the size of my composition book. And if I liked the word enough, or I liked the definition enough, I would make a poem about it. And that's just sort of how I started to learn about different words, how I started to learn a new like flows and cadences. And for me, that's a love I had since I was a little girl. I still have to this day, and I choose to showcase my poetry through various different ways. My good friend Darren,
Larry Jr.
helped sort of push me, and I appreciate him a lot because he, sorry, D-Fizz. But I really, really appreciate him because he has pushed me the past couple of years to learning how to use my voice in different ways. Because before I would, write it out. I would write out my poetry. It's more written. But now I'm more of like, I express it more. I'm more of a performer. And so that's sort of how I choose to express my art. And I also do it visually. So I like putting together videos and having like a poem sort of voiceover. So it's sort of visionary, and it's also you hear the words. And I hope that it makes people feel things. So that's why I do my art.
So am I gonna do? I don't feel like I should. I don't. I was gonna say I don't feel like I should.
She said, "Y'all niggas already know me." I don't need no introduction. It's Big Cricket in the building. What
I was
you
gonna say, are
talking
you gonna
about?
go?
What you moving like?
I'm done.
You know who it is? Big Cricket.
I ain't wanna. I'm done. I love y'all. I love the energy.
Look at that gloss.
Girls, that's what we finna talk about.
It's mad shimmery. I love
Yeah. So, my name is Cricket Smith. I'm a makeup artist. I am just like overall in the beauty industry, period. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I got my cosmetology license when I moved here. I moved here in 2014 I'm from Florida, Georgia, but I moved here from New Orleans. That's a whole nother story for another day. But so I got my cosmetology license in 2015. I started working at a salon in Cambridge in 2015, and then after that, I started doing nails. But and nails for me was just complete. Like I didn't. The first nail appointment I ever had, the lady she cussed me out. It was so bad because the lady that I was working for at the time, she just kind of threw me in there, but I didn't want to say no because I always wanted to. If I could learn how to do something, even if it's gonna put me at a disadvantage in the beginning, I'll still do it. For the experience. Plus, my overall goal is to own a spa, to own a salon. If somebody doesn't come in that day, I want to be able to do what I got to do. Period. But overall, my journey for makeup began when I was 12, just waking up early as hell in the morning time. Getting up early before everybody else. I had 6 brothers and sisters, trying to catch the bathroom by myself, quiet, just doing my makeup.
Talk about it.
And I feel like that's the language of God, silence, complete silence. God doesn't really have any words. Everything comes. That's how you know when God's talking to you, because it ain't nothing else around you. You just something just pop up in your head, or it's you just downloading information, and it's in that moment you really got to stop and write it down. Or for me, it would be okay, don't put that right there, put it right here. Okay, don't use that brush, use this brush. So for me, that's really how I really come to love makeup. But when I moved here a couple years ago, I'm damn, I gotta take this shit to the next level because this is what I want to do.
Level up.
But yeah, that's it for me. Oh, you got your own mic. Excuse me.
I don't need that. I don't need that. Watch out. I don't need that.
So I'm known as Wild Tatas. I'm known for
that's how I met you.
I'm known for videography.
Big time.
But before that, in high school I was drawing all the time, and I became a dance instructor.
Nuh-uh.
When I was skinnier.
Now,
I was a dancer.
he used to get crazy. Yo, pull up the footages after this. He used to get crazy.
I used to battle dance, which caught in hip hop. I was part of Trend in Motion, which is they're doing crazy shit right now. But I went to school for traditional art, so for drawing and 2D concepts and shit like that. And then after college, I got trained in photography by a cousin, and then I just picked up video. So that's my experience. But I've been in a lot of different kind of realms of
you
art.
multi-talented.
Jacks of all trades.
But I hate jacks of all trades.
I feel you. Pick one, become a specialist in one. Yeah.
Sometimes you are talented in different
Yeah,
things.
right.
And you love all
Right.
The reason I hate jack of all trades though is because those niggas have no direction.
Right. If you don't have a target, you always miss. You'll forever miss. Like the doctors that get paid the most, they specialize in something. I'm a specialty in this, and after that, you just build an audience, and maybe you could venture on into so much, but
focus on that.
Yeah, don't just be giving away free energy, just doing this and doing because really that's what it is at the end of the day. You're just giving away free ass energy.
You technically ain't a jack of all trades because most of your shit is dealing with visual. Because even dancing is visual.
Right.
Videography is clearly visual, and then photography is visual. One's just still and one's emotion. So I mean, I think you a visual guy.
I like having multiple outlets to express yourself, and to just be able to kind of just flow.
Yeah.
But I don't market myself as I do this, I do that.
Right.
I'll do whatever.
People look at you like you crazy if you doing it. Like, damn, he was just doing this yesterday. Now he doing this. I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
Throwing a bunch of shit at the
Right.
wall.
Right.
You feel me? That's why I don't
Master what you want and what you're good at.
Exactly. One of the questions that we had today is everyone capable of becoming an artist?
I thought you'd be good at answering this question. I don't know why.
Well,
I just thought you'd be good at
I gotta
answering.
think about that.
No.
Wait, what's the question?
Is everyone capable of becoming an artist?
Wait, hold up.
Why are you figuring out your PC shit? No.
Hold up. I think that I think as a human being, you are capable of a lot of different things. But what it comes down to is what you want to do, right? Like you could be really, really great at mathematics, right? Like you could be really, really good at that, and that's what you choose to venture out into. And you've never necessarily tapped into your artist side, but it's there, right? But like you could go your entire life without tapping into it, but that doesn't mean you're not capable of doing it. Because a lot of people, you could be capable of mastering, honestly, almost anything, right? But whether or not you want to, like you said, right? Like you don't like people who say, oh, I can do all these different things. But until you master something, right? Like you master a type of thing, you will never truly know if you're good at so many other things, right? You know what I mean?
That's very true.
So I feel like capability, maybe the question could be phrased differently. Like you are capable of doing a lot of different things if you master it, if you discipline yourself to doing that. But whether or not you want to, you might not want to, right? Like I like math, but I'm not going to go into math because like I could be capable of doing that, but I don't want to. So I don't know what my capabilities are, but it's there if I'm disciplined enough. If you're disciplined enough, if you have the habits put in place, you could probably be really, really good at being whatever. But I will also say that maybe some people aren't as creative when it comes to artistry, right?
Hold
People
on.
say I'm not creative, but
So-
was I contradicting?
So if I paid your tuition to MIT, right, and I'm like,
100%.
yo, go do your thing, right? You
Some
telling me
people
that you just gonna walk in that
100%.
motherfucker and just
100%.
fly?
Because listen to this. Some people are naturally gifted in different things.
Right.
Some people it takes longer, but it might only take discipline for me to get to a point where somebody else is already naturally gifted at. Yeah. So say, for example, one of my good friends, she's an incredible painter. I'm not saying that I'm incredible, but like if I discipline myself enough to get to that level, I probably can. Do I want to? No. So I think that when it comes down to discipline, in my opinion, that's my opinion. So whoever want to go next.
Just real quick, I'm gonna let you go most, but my only issue with your argument is you take out talent when you say that all it takes is discipline in anything.
But I didn't say everything though, right?
And
I can't sing.
Wait, hold up. Nah,
So
because when it comes to like talent, you have to have discipline. So there's no like ins and out. Like if you, yes, absolutely.
no.
Wait,
All right,
You don't need discipline for talent.
to talent, because
For talent?
talent.
If you want to,
If you want to be great, you need both.
Let me
Some niggas.
No. See, that's a little bit broad though. All right, so think about it. Like talent, right? You all right? You know how to like. I know how to sing. I know how to dance. But it's about where you want to be in success. What plan you want to what plan you want to execute, and how you want to be able to showcase your talent. And how can you do it effectively? So if you know how to go about business, if you know about promotion, if you know about all these other things that can amplify what you know how to do, and people know you for that, you know, that your talent, you know, it's just like you already did like 20% of the work, and 80% of the work was the things that you had to put. Yes, exactly. You know, the things that you had to push.
All right, most, but the argument is more like, so you can dance, and let's say I can't dance, right?
But why?
So-
you can't dance?
So since I'm saying, because I can't, because niggas, I get up, niggas play songs, and I'm missing all of the ones, the twos, and the threes, so I can't dance. So if I'm missing the whole beat, that means I can't dance. So does that make me a dancing artist just because I can get up and dance? Or that just makes me a human that is moving?
But if you practiced enough, think about, okay, in that scenario, think about Dancing with the Stars. Half the people that go on there say, I can't dance. But they still practice every single day for how many hours in a day they do, and they still dance on that stage. If you practice enough.
I wouldn't even say all that because
But
that's a
what-
TV show, so we don't know all the casting they did, all the pre-work they did.
No,
all
but
of the-
still, people, it's
like-
reality though. Like when people say people are not in the dancing world and they say I'm not a dancer, I can't, I have no rhythm.
No, you're not.
When
You're
they
not.
practice,
No.
they look good on stage,
Ain't-
and that's not cameras and that's not editing. That's them actually
It
performing.
ain't no way that someone with no rhythm, two left feet goes
You
on
learn,
there
Darren.
and they just start.
learn.
They go on for the show for 8
You
weeks and they become
literally
nice as shit.
learn.
Like we're not doing that. Like Iman
Tucker
Shumpert was.
Carlson.
Iman
Tucker Carlson was on there. He could not fucking dance.
Nah,
You
we
telling
not
me-
doing that.
Stop it.
We not doing.
Yes.
I don't know who that is, but I'm
Yes.
saying you had
He's
to have
the guy
some
on
type
Fox
of
News.
baseline. You had to have some type of baseline rhythm to go on a show for 8 weeks and then improve. And then you improve. But there's no way you come from like here with two left feet and then 8 weeks and then you like that. Like it
All
doesn't
right,
happen.
but before you discovered your talent, you didn't know you had a talent in that, right?
No, but that's
Before
what.
you discovered your talent, you didn't know
That's
you
what
had
I'm
a talent
saying.
in
There's
that.
talented people and there's untalented
But
people.
that's what I said, right? I said
then
it in
that
the
means
beginning.
everyone is not capable
said-
of being an artist. Because if you don't have the talent in that art,
Wait, but
it's
that's
not for you.
No. But hold up. Backtrack to what I said though. I
It's
said
not for you.
Nah. Listen to what I said though.
I got her in the wall, gang.
run
I
it
got her
back,
against the
run it
wall,
back.
gang.
No, seriously. Like I do hear what you're saying, but what I said
you?
before was there are people that are naturally talented at certain things, and then there are people that might not be talented in certain subjects, but if they practice and discipline themselves enough, they can get to a point where they can be talented at something. Don't discount somebody that can't dance
I don't
and be
believe
like,
that.
if you don't practice, like that doesn't make sense
So
to me.
you think hard work beats talent when talent isn't
I didn't say it
hardworking?
beats it, but I'm saying you can get to a point where you are talented at that subject.
What about that statement
with
though?
Practice.
Hard work beats talent when talent isn't hardworking.
I don't.
Wait, said it hard work.
Hard work beats talent when talent isn't hardworking. What
I
do
don't
you think
believe
about
that.
statement? You
I don't believe that because I could be in the gym for 35 hours a day. I know that don't make sense, but 35 hours a day, I will never be better than Kevin Durant.
First, I just did the
Ain't no
math
way.
in my head.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. There's no way.
Not facts. Also, too, you can go to the gym and you can look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? You can still get knocked out. You
Yeah.
can still have
I feel you.
a jaw glass.
I feel
so,
you.
But
I'm just saying.
But back to the question though, like, back to the question.
Capable of being an artist.
Is everybody what? Okay, let's define what an
I
artist is.
do think that everybody's capable of being
what-
an artist.
Yeah, I would love to know.
Let's define.
I would love
that.
to know
Who
what
wants
your
to go?
definitions are.
Okay. Well, I think dictionary definition of artist is somebody who does art. And then when it comes to art is in my personal definition is how you choose to express yourself, right?
Right, what's your discipline?
Art is subjective,
Yeah.
right? Like you do makeup, that's your art.
Yeah.
I do poetry, that's my art.
People do architecture.
Dance, that was
People
your
dance,
art.
right.
But we're not saying, hey, you're a mathematician,
That's art. That's art. Dancing is art.
No, makeup is. I didn't say makeup is.
Mathematician.
Mathematician.
Because there's
I said it's not.
If there's a right and a wrong to
That's
something,
logic.
it can't be art.
That makes sense.
Because something has to be subjective for it to be art.
Okay.
Because something I deem, you could do the firest nails, and I'm like, yo, them shits is crazy. And Tata see it and be like, you know what I mean? And that's just his opinion.
Right.
But I can't go 1 + 1 is 2, and you like, yeah. And then Tata's like,
I feel you.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's either right or wrong.
he's like, it might be 5. But like, you know what I mean? It's either right or wrong.
All right, the dictionary definition of art, the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as a painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power.
Actually, I was on LinkedIn and I found someone who had it on their bio. I actually wrote it down. An artist is a person who can take something they see within and physically manifest it with their own hands to see. Art involves using part of the brain, focuses on problem solving and learning how to see. Most people look at things but do not know what they are looking at. I don't know what that last part is, but I think
I know what that means.
What does that mean?
But quickly,
It's-
I think before you go,
Alright, go
I
ahead.
think art is something that like you have in your head and you're able to
Display.
you're able to display it. You don't need
Tangible,
you don't
make it
need you don't
tangible.
need help. you don't have to pay somebody to do it or do whatever it is. You can actually like physically like manifest it or whatever it is. You have a vision and you make it come true. Most, go ahead.
Right, nah, absolutely. And also, like, when it comes to art, it's also about, like, perception, what you get from it or what you see from it. So, like, you can see a 6, I can see a 9. But if you can be able to alter that art itself in the substance for people to take away from it, you know, like a Michael Basquiat painting or, you know, Van Gogh painting, something like that, you can be able to interpret it from what you already know, or you can compare it to something that everybody knows or something that you know. You know, like for instance, I can apply it to like music. You know what I'm saying? Because me as a musician, you know, I started out playing the guitar, and then like when I learned how to play it, all the scales, the notes, each and every, I applied that to the piano, and it was the same. It was the same thing. It was just different how I produced it, how I was able to, or not just how I produced it, but how people were able to interpret it. Like, oh, this is like R&B. Like, oh, this is like bossa nova. This is something like that. And I like to be able to. I treat music like it's food. So it's like, you know, it's about what, you know, spices you can be able to add to it, and also, you know what I'm saying, how people can be able to interpret like, oh, this looks good. You know what I'm saying? This might be in this category, or this might be in this category. I don't know. That's how I would go off of it. Yeah.
You see, that's all fire, like, and that's beautiful, and all of that. But my point is like, do you think everyone is capable of what you just said? Like, that's not regular.
Yeah,
like you
that's
can't.
not regular.
Like you just don't.
Right.
You just don't walk up on the street and see mad most is like
Right,
thinking that
but
way.
I'ma prove
like
you wrong.
You see how everybody just
I'ma
like
prove you
their
wrong,
eyes
though.
lit up when they were like, oh shit, like
No.
that's how you think of music.
I feel that.
Because like you think that's something regular, like that everyone is capable of.
It's not, because if you think about everybody who's a musician that we know. Think about everybody that we don't know who are successful in what they do.
Right.
A lot of our friends are musicians. That is proof right there that anybody, not everyone, but anyone can be able to have that opportunity. Well, when it comes to opportunity, they can be able to do that. They can be able to do that. They can be able to push the boundaries, and they can also be able to hop on different lanes, because society has created different avenues where you can travel, or you can be able to experiment.
Hold on, I got one more. I got one more
gonna
question. I got one more question
Hit it, bro.
that kind of like entails this all. So I know art is like really subjective, and then we've been trying to drive that point home, but there's rules to every form of art. No, so like rappers rhyme on beat, poets use certain. Poets use certain like, you know, like iambic pentameters and different stanzas and everything, like, or there's either organized chaos or there's certain rhyme schemes and stuff that they use. And, you know, nail techs have certain, like, you know, the nails got to be coffin, it got to be French tip, it got to be this, it got to be that. There's certain, like, you know, or the makeup got to be this, it got to be, you know, flush face, or, you know, I want it to be exaggerated. There's certain rules to every form of art. Definitely. So if someone can't follow those simple rules to art, are they an artist? Like, but if not everyone can do that, you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get to. Like I don't care how much I practice, I don't think I can color in the nail beds like she can ever.
Okay, I will say this. Simple rules, I think anybody can follow. Whether or not they choose to follow, that is up to them. But do they have the capabilities of following those simple rules? They do, right? They do. When it comes to poetry, yeah, there's cadences, there's flows, there's different ways that you rhyme. But at the end of the day, there's also free flow. And you can rhyme, and you can choose not to rhyme. And so you can, when you're in school, and I'm going to use the example of poetry, and you are in English lit class, and your professor or your teacher or professor, whatever, tells you to write a poem. Everyone writes a poem. Whether or not it's good is subjective, but everyone can write, right?
Sometimes subjective.
No,
It's
no,
sometimes-
no.
Oh, that was ass.
Nah, Darren, you're talking from your own perspective, but in all right, but
perspective,
stop.
man.
I gotta back up.
But stop. But
Listen.
seriously though, like think about it for outside your own perspective of you saying I can't make nail beds, but how much you want to bet if you practice, you probably could.
No, I'm telling you.
If you practice,
And that almost be disrespectful.
I'm not
to
saying
her.
that. No, but I'm
Just for me to say
saying,
that.
but I'm saying practice could also be certifications. Practice could also be schooling. Practice could also be getting degrees in so many different things. Like I'm not saying that if I wanted to be a singer, I can't. I'm not a singer. I don't say I'm gonna be Mariah Carey, but I am saying that art, because there's so many different forms of art, because art is subjective. I am capable of being an artist in the way I want to be an artist.
That's true. That's true. But I do feel like in every single thing, like no matter what, you have to learn the rules in order to play it the right way. And sometimes like you're not intentional of what you like. You could put different colors on a canvas and be like, damn, this looks so beautiful, but I don't know why it doesn't match. But there's a certain formula to certain beauty. And I always say with anything, I'm like, damn, like you have to learn the rules. You got to learn the rules, because you got to learn how to, once you learn the rules in and out, you learn how to break the rules. And once you learn how to break the rules, you can do certain things with those broken pieces to help. But those broken pieces also help, no matter what you do, put the bigger picture back to the everything just flows. But I feel like you gotta learn the rules of the game.
But there we go, right?
gotta learn
Learning
the
though,
rules of the
learning
game.
though, right? Like everyone is capable of learning. And regardless of whether or not it's at your own pace, whether or not it's the way you decide to learn, right? Like you learn a type of way, somebody else might learn a type of way, but so long that you learn the rules, you are capable of that art.
But some people don't even know. Like for me, for example, I knew the law of attraction, but I didn't know that it was a name to it till I actually read a book, and I'm like, damn, like I knew this, but I didn't know that it had a name. So some people are aware of it just because they're like tuned in to that certain thing, but they don't know the name of it. They don't know the color. They don't know the formula of it. It's just like in them to do certain things or to put certain things together. They don't know why they do it, but eventually I feel like if you keep doing it or you have a certain intention behind something, like it'll come to you. The rules will find you, or the person that you're supposed to meet will find you, or the colors, you'll be like, damn, like you get a design book and you're like, okay, this makes sense because it's on the opposite colors of the color wheel. Or this makes sense because these two tertiary colors made up this primary color. You know, like everything flows. But I definitely do feel like you got to learn the rules of the game.
One last thing before we move on for this question is that, like, I just don't think that everyone has that vision. So is everybody capable of being an artist? Like, okay, sometimes when I draw faces or portraits, I start with a circle. You know what I mean? And I've drawn a circle, and I've seen people look at the paper like, what the fuck is that? And like, some people just can't see the bigger picture. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you'll hear like, right? To me, there's just like, that's just a whatever. To you, that's a fucking dope ass drum.
A whole beat.
You know what I mean? You're like, I can visualize that, and I can, I'm gonna create from this. Not everybody has that intuition. Is just like, oh, that's just a blank piece of paper. To me, there's a shitload of possibilities.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like artists just have the talent to kind of just visualize things from nothing.
They're unblocked.
2 seconds. I know you gotta.
Right, go ahead.
2 seconds. Just off of that, really quick. I just want to say that I agree with what you're saying. And I think this goes back to the first point that was made, where it's like some people have that talent, right? And some people do have to work harder to achieve a certain level of that talent. We're not saying that they'll get to that level. But I will also say, is everybody capable of being an artist? Again, because artist can mean so many different things, because art is subjective. Maybe I'm not good at being a painter, but I could also be good at doing another form of art. Yeah. So maybe you do have a capability of being an artist in some way, right? Yeah. But not in every possible way or in any specific way we discussed tonight. But that's all I want to say.
No, that makes sense. One of our next question is, have you ever plateaued? And how do you make sure that you're always improving in your artistry?